Welcome back to Alter Ego, episode 5. That was like a one-arm dab. I lost this arm in the war, so I only got this arm. The war on uploading Digimon World Dusk before New Year's Eve ends. Welcome back to Alter Ego, episode 5. Last time we became adolescent, we went into a witch's hut. And by that, I mean this really old lady who needed help changing a light bulb. And I was like, oh, you need help changing a light bulb. And then I fucking left, and then she died, and then what else happened? I don't remember what else happened. I edited that episode a couple days ago, and I forgot already. Hopefully you guys remember. Probably not. Okay, it's fine. We'll just continue on with life. We're gonna go ahead and jump onto this emotional episode, this emotional chapter. A group of kids. Oh, I just realized I usually don't have my microphone in the shot. But apparently I have it in the shot today, so we're gonna roll with that. Also, my oldest cat is roaming around, so you might. Oh, he's actually about to go to sleep. So something has changed since I last uploaded. I have a new cat. It's a little kitten. He's not in this room, so you won't see him in this episode. I'm sorry. But a group of kids you hardly know have just made fun of you. What the fuck? Usually this might not bother you. It usually doesn't. But lately you have a feeling down in the dumps about a lot of things. Okay? Your physical appearance has been disappointing you. Your family has been giving you a hard time about almost everything. No one seems to be saying or doing anything positive toward you. You have a bad case of the blues. I am depressed. I'm just kidding. We're not doing that. I feel depressed and sad. But I'll let it pass. You know, it'll go away. Probably. It may sound like an old cliche, but the fact is that time does heal all, or at least most wounds. Research shows that many people have the ability to ride through their depressions. Okay, I'll take that. That's pretty much what I do. John, a very close friend of yours. I know 2 Johns in my life, so I know 3 Johns in my life. Has been very depressed lately. Am I John? You have seen him moping around the halls at school, keeping to himself. One day while you're running an errand for a teacher on the top floor of the building, you see a shadow swing on the school roof. You peer through the designs in the glass window panel, straining to see what is happening out there. It's John! Oh, that John loves being on that roof. You call out to him and discover that he is planning to jump off. He wants you to go away and make believe you didn't see him. He starts talking about wanting to be at peace. Hear first of rock stars who have died and how he will get a chance to be with them. Heaven isn't real. He's like, I'll come down then. Suddenly, while he is talking, John loses his footing and begins to fall off the roof. He's able to grab onto a flagpole that is attached to the side of the building. He looks frightened and begins to cry. I think I'd be fucking panicked and I would try to get help. You run to look for a teacher. It is time to explain the whole scenario. John falls from the school roof. He is dead before the ambulance arrives. So remember that Life is Strange episode where I saved the girl from falling off the roof? Remember the Alter Ego episode where I didn't save the guy falling off the roof? Oof. Whoa. Alright, let's move on. To be fair, if I tried to save him myself, I might have fallen off with him and I could have died. I should have gotten an adult, and that's what I did. So, there's no guilt on my conscience, because, you know, I did the responsible thing to do. Just saying. You and a friend are hanging around in the bathroom together. That's fucking gay. And that's okay, because it's 2018. Your friend takes out some magic markers and begins to write on the walls. He asks you if you wanted to write something. You know, in high school, I definitely wouldn't have done this. Now, maybe I would. So let's get creative. You draw a figure of a female and label some of the more interesting parts. Okay, let's stop right there. I would not do that. That's not what I would do. I would draw probably, if I was to draw right now. You know what? Let's make this interactive. Let's get a sheet of sticky note paper. Here we go. We got some sticky note paper. And let's get this orange Whataburger marker. I think it's a highlighter. And let's just see where my creativity takes me. It's a goldfish. See, that's what I would draw on the bathroom. Not naked women with some labels going to the interesting parts. If the labels were not so descriptive, your picture would practically be impossible to recognize. You and your friend are snickering at the picture, deciding what girls need to put above it when you hear the distinctive sound. I don't know. Is it supposed to be an actual flush? Insert flush noise right now. Mr. Black was evidently on the can while you were redecorating the bathroom. Attention, gentlemen! Mr. Black is an ex-Marine drill sergeant. The two of you forward march to the principal's office. A little while later, a family member has begun to show signs of serious emotional problems. In the last 2 weeks, he has tried to commit suicide twice. As a result, your parents are told that you must be hospitalized. What is with the emphasis on suicide this episode? What the hell? I'm feeling depressed. John fucking died. My uncle has been hospitalized because he was wanting to die. What's going to happen next in this episode? Emotional and familial spheres show marked decreases. I don't know what that sound was. Surprisingly, your social sphere declines as well. This is because people tend to shy away from relatives of those who have had emotional problems. This probably seems very unfair to you, but unfortunately, it's true. You're still much too young to buy liquor. Am I? No, I'm not. But your friends want to get wasted tonight. They plan on waiting outside of the liquor store and asking older customers to buy it for them. Dude, that's fucking lame as fuck. Never mind, I'm leaving. You don't seem to be interested in this kind of experience right now. Intellectual and physical spheres rise. Dude, I just got smarter and swoller. Let's go ahead and... Ooh, we haven't done a family. Time for family matters. Early in the evening, a friend's mother appears mysteriously at the door and asks to speak to your mother. From another room, you hear the woman say that you have been a bad influence on her son. Me? No! And that your mother should try harder to raise you the right way. Okay, 1, that's a lie. 2, she's a bitch. You can't just tell somebody else to raise their kid a different way. I mean, there are some fucked up parents, and you should let them know that they are fucked up. But, fucked up as in, like, you're doing drugs in front of your kid, and your kid does drugs as a result. That's fucked up. Raising a kid away and them having certain behaviors, you can't really tell somebody that they're raising their kid wrong, especially because there's so many things that are out of a parent's control in terms of, like, how people act and like how their psyche is and how their ego is. Like, there's so much that goes into how we act and who we are, and it does not all fall back on parenting. Sure, a large part of it does, starting from like when the baby's an infant up until it's a kid, up to like any experiences it, you know, interacts with growing up with its parents. All that plays factors in it, but that's not all there is. And I don't think a lot of people know that. Really, like, there's a lot of stupid people who are parents. So, her complaints, by the way, are totally unjustified. I believe it. First, you barely know her son. Yeah, who the fuck is Kyle? And second, he is the biggest juvenile delinquent town. Okay, that Kyle. Let's stick with Kyle. It's because I knew Kyle, who was not delinquent. So now I kind of wish I didn't use that name. Without your help or anyone else's. I'm mad, but I won't do anything. I'm just mad. Holding your anger in only makes you fantasize about what your mother's reaction to the neighbor was. Did she agree? Did she get angry? Did she stick up for you? This only intensifies your anger and makes you liable to cause trouble in some other area of your life. Flash forward to episode 8, where it goes into, you know, this moment right now causes something. I don't know. All right. I'm gonna branch to the left. Let's just do the left path. Warning, this episode contains subject matter of a sexual nature. Hell yeah, let's do it. While sitting around the house with a girlfriend one night, just a girlfriend, not the girlfriend, it's just a girlfriend, she says she wants to give you a manicure. Sure, why not? Letting your friend groom you puts her in a very romantic Mood. After she finishes the job, you get cozy on the couch and have a hot and heavy time. Unfortunately, the next day you're pregnant. I'm just kidding. Unfortunately, the next day your friends see your polished nails and rag on you for days about it. Little do they know that I got to second base. A little while later, the same day, at a huge family gathering. Okay, you know what? That makes sense. I was like, okay, so the sex happened on the couch, and then later on something happened. But no, it's like sex, school, kids rag on me, and then I guess this happens. At a huge family gathering, one of your relatives from your father's side of the family makes a snide remark about your physical appearance and the lack of taste and good sense children show when dressing and manicuring themselves these days. Fucking baby boomers, man. They gotta boom on everything. You know, just like babies, they just shit on everything. Because your familial sphere status is high, your mother defends your style of dress. Fuck, Mom, really? After you didn't let me wear that dog collar and I couldn't go by the name Fifi? Really? Really, Mom? She is happy to inform this relative that the only lack of sense she perceives is shown by someone who criticizes another on superficial qualities such as looks, as opposed to more enduring qualities like character. Yeah, Mom! That's actually fucking badass. I'm all about that. I am all about it. Your dad's boss thinks that you are a fine young man. He would be honored if you were to consider escorting his lovely daughter, Matilda, to the company dinner dance. Sure. Sure, let's do it. Why not? This was an open-minded set of choices. You arrive at the country club, waiting to meet Dad's boss daughter. All of a sudden, this movie star, Johnny Depp, walks up to you. Your eyes glazed. Your mouth gets dry. And you must concentrate very hard to prevent your tongue from dropping out of your mouth. Could this be Matilda? I mean, Johnny Depp? I mean, Matilda? Matilda? Oh, no, it's just some lady who thinks you work there parking cars. Oh, okay. Matilda arrives complete with braces, pigtails, and a squeaky laugh. As the night goes on, you find out she's not so bad. Dad gets a raise the following week. Now, about the company picnic next month. What? Pigtails? Cute. Braces? Could be cute, depending on the, the smile and like what's going on in there. And then, what else went on with her? Squeaky laugh? Some people have some interesting laughs. Maybe it's not that bad, as long as it's not Janet from Friends. See, that would be a bad laugh. That would be no. But not a bad experience. It's like, as long as it wasn't Matilda from Animal Crossing. Yeah. Whew. Don't want that. Don't want a relationship with a kangaroo with a kid. Don't want that. Your dad decides he wants to have a long talk with you about college. In his talk, he advises you to do all the things you think you would like to do at least. He suggests careers that you couldn't see yourself doing in a million years. He talks about colleges that seem dull and uninteresting. Say, son, have you ever thought about going to military college? You get the distinct sense that he has already planned the next 8 years of your life for you. At this point, you may not be sure that you want to go to college at all. I feel anxious, but I'll listen. I have a lot of options. You're letting your father overstep his bounds as advisor. His concern about your getting a good education is causing him to behave in an overly controlling fashion. You're evidently too anxious to confront him about this, so he continues making decisions for you, keeping you not only anxious and depressed, but dependent on him as well. Ooh, oops. Let's do this one. Why not? An ad in the paper says, wanted young adults 15 to 20 for acting modeling jobs. Ask for Rod. I'm actually interested. That sounds fun. Rod seems very interested in you. I hope not too interested. And gives you an appointment for an interview. I hope it's not an empty room with like a paint, like a painting over there, and then like just a couch. I hope it's not one of those kind of interviews. When you arrive at the place where the interview is to be held, you notice there's a bare apartment with almost no furniture. Just a mattress and an old desk with a phone on it. There's no couch. Rod is a large muscular man. Okay, why would it tell me that after I decide to stay and not before? Whose face looks as though it was once severely blemished. He describes himself as a producer of adult films. Oh my god. Did I not look at the guy before I sat down? It is not long before you discover that Rod is looking for people to act in pornographic movies. He says, just think all the sex you could ever dream of, kid. Bye. 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 A little while later, the same day, your family decides to take a trip across the country this summer. Because you have a good family relationships, you have a wonderful time. Intellectual sphere scores rise dramatically as you learn about the country. In Wyoming, you meet a beautiful girl who teaches you about life in general. Dude, I want to wife her up. Where's that option? Wyoming girl, where are you? Alright. One of the older kids in school takes you aside and offers you a quick way to make money by dealing drugs. I'm just going to stop there and say nah. He tells you that you have just passed up an opportunity to make some easy money. He is caught dealing 3 weeks later, but nothing happens to him. 3 months after that, you read he was jailed in South America during a drug-related incident. Damn, dude, fucking narcos over here. Ooh, we haven't done a physical, so let's go physical. A cousin of yours asked if you would like to inherit his weight set. High school me would have been like, I don't care. But me now, hell yeah. You begin a workout schedule, and within 3 months, there's a noticeable improvement in the way your body looks. After a few compliments from the girls, you begin to slack off. Okay, well, my physical sphere improves, so that's a plus. Intellectual. All of your friends are skipping class, and they want you to come along. Sure. I'm only saying sure because that's what I did in high school my freshman year. I did all the ditching. One time we ditched. So here we go. Let me talk about this. In freshman year of high school, I had whatever classes I had in the morning, and then I had lunch, and then I had PE. I would ditch the hell out of PE often, either to go to another class or to go off campus, because back then my high school was open campus. I don't go to high school anymore, but now it's a closed campus, so sucks for those losers. But it'd be open campus, so you could go out for lunch or whatever. So my friends and I would just be like eating lunch, and then we'd be like, let's ditch, and then we'd walk out of school, and I was able to ditch PE, and then I think I had English afterwards. Maybe, I don't remember. This was 9 years ago, and I'd either come back for the 5th hour or I would just fucking be gone, and it was awesome. But one time we ditched to my friend's house who lived on the same block as me, and she's like, hey. She was homeschooled at the time. She's like, hey, if you ever want to ditch, come here. And so we went there and we like, yeah, we partied. We didn't party. I think we like maybe played Rock Band or something. I don't know. But we're doing that. And then I went to the bathroom. And when I came out of the bathroom, I just noticed out the window, like all my friends are running. I'm like, what the hell's going on? And I looked to my right and my friend's dad was there. And he's like, and then he called my friend and she shows up. She's like, Dad, she's all, Colin, what are you doing here? Like super fucking fake as fuck. And then they start yelling at each other, and I'm like there like between them, like, and then I just quietly walked out the back door, and all my friends are back there, and they're like, what happened? I'm like, yeah, we got busted. Let's jump the fucking wall. And this was like a 8-foot wall, and we climbed over it and like took the fuck off. And then later on, I found out that well, first of all, she was mad. Our friend was mad at us for some reason, even though like she fucking like bailed on us. Like, I don't know. She's mad at us for a while, but I guess her dad thought that I was having sex with his daughter, and I was like, no, that's not what was going on at all. There was a lot of us. It was not just me. So I didn't get shot. That's the highlight of that story. Let's skip class now. Your status on the trustworthiness characteristics suggests that you are not the type of person who does this sort of thing frequently. I mean, it's true, I didn't do it frequently. As a result, you experience no negative emotional consequences, except for a slight decrease in the calmness characteristic. Since you are so trustworthy, an action like this is bound to make you a little nervous about getting caught. Yeah, that was actually true every single time. A little while later, you are walking home from the library, late at night, when all of a sudden you are ambushed by 3 older kids. They turn you upside down and empty your pockets. Then they punch and kick you for no reason. You're in fairly good physical condition, so you quickly recover from this incident. What a random fight that just happened right there. Assholes. You're hanging around at your friend's house. There's nobody home but you and he. Your friend goes into his parents' bedroom and emerges with a small yellow box. He opens the box and shows you his father's gun, a chrome revolver. Is this kid Carl from Walking Dead? Dude, put that the fuck away before you shoot me. You don't want any part of that thing. You tell him to put it away. He laughs and tells you that he takes it out all the time. He calls you a baby for being so frightened. On the way into the bedroom to put the gun away, he trips. The gun discharges and blows a hole through the ceiling of the house. You excuse yourself saying you think it's time for you to go now. What the fuck? That kid's stupid. What an idiot. What a fucking idiot. On the back of an old matchbook cover, you see an offer which promises you the possibility of a free art scholarship if you can draw Winnie, a cartoon figure on the inside flap. Dude, let's draw the hell out of Winnie. Your picture is returned with an offer to enroll in a home study course sponsored by the International Institute of Constructive Creative Painting and Art. I almost said that correctly. Tuition is, of course, waived because you qualify for a full scholarship. There's a $499 plus state sales tax. I almost got through that. Where applicable, fee for tools and materials are... Dude, yes. Congratulations, you just paid almost $500 for a large pack of crayons and some blank paper. You have been fooled by a very thinly disguised sham. Intellectual sphere dropped significantly as well as money. Idiot! Whatever. I'm kind of mad now. I'm a little mad. Like, that sounded fucking exciting as fuck. I thought I was going to art school. I thought I had a full ride. And you know what? Crowns and a sheet of paper, that's still kind of cool, but not $500 cool. I'm mad. Alright, well, let's not do a job then. I like how it's like work, and then this one's like, you need a job. Sorry, I don't have a job. We will just move on down. Oh, we're almost at the end of this. Let's do this emotional. You are in a quiet, pensive mood, and your thoughts turn into the subject of religion. Your family's beliefs seem out of step with your own as you wonder about the nature of your existence. Would they understand if you told them about the differences? I'm curious. Let's confront my family about the Lord. Not Lord. The Lord. Just clarifying. Your desire to question the meaning of religion, faith, and some of life's larger, more philosophical questions is admirable. This kind of independent thinking stimulates the mind and fuels divergent thought. Isn't that a movie? I can't make a reference to the movie because I've never seen Divergent, so... Sorry, there's going to be a cut right there while I drink, but I didn't know there was another part of this prompt. Your parents accept your right to your views, but strongly disagree. You feel that their arguments are weak compared to yours. Probably. They seem to accept more things on faith. You want reasons! Yes! I want reasons! The discussion seems futile until you realize that perhaps the most important aspect about it is their acceptance of you and their secret pride in the knowledge that you are a bright, free-thinking person. A little while later, it's time to graduate from high school. You ever wake up one morning and you're like, is God real? Mom, Dad, I don't think he's real. Well, son, you're free to believe what you want. Thanks, Dad. I'm going to go graduate from high school. You are average to above average on the intellectual sphere characteristics. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, wait. Sorry. It's time to graduate from high school. You can't go back to the high school icon again during this game. Broke fourth wall. Got it. You're average to above average on the intellectual sphere characteristics. It actually sounds about right. You have a good potential to do well in life. Here I am making YouTube videos for like 8 people. Nice. Cool. It's getting close to this episode end, which is perfect because we're about to end this tree. So let's just keep pushing through. Let's see, social. While you are shopping in town one day, a woman who introduces herself as a photographer tells you that you are very handsome. Thank you. And that she might be able to get some modeling work for you. Thank you. She gives you her card. Is her studio an empty apartment with a mattress and a table with a phone on it? And is she hot? I don't know if that other guy, what was his name? Don? Something like that. I don't know if he was muscular, I guess. But, yeah. Let's go. The woman tells you that she has just been given an assignment to shoot some models for a famous men's underwear manufacturer. Oh. Would you be willing to pose for some pictures? You know what? I'm fresh out of high school. I look good. $500? I'm down $500. Okay, I did not correct that at all. I'm down $500. Let's do it. Good. All you have to do is take off all your clothes and have a seat over there. How do you feel? I am definitely nervous and embarrassed, but hey, $500. Oh, the seat is cold and you don't seem to have enough hands to cover all the parts that need covering. That's impressive. My 2 hands aren't enough to cover my stuff when I'm cold? Hell yeah. You try to appear casual, but wind up looking like a cheap imitation of the statue, the Thinker. The woman gets you a robe. After she sets up the equipment, she asks you to put on what looks like a little sack with a string going around the other side. You ask her what magazines this picture will appear in. She says, all the major men's magazines and any of the newspapers that will agree to print them. They are a bit risk. You can YOLO. Just fucking YOLO it. Click, click, snap. The photographer tells you, come on, baby, look sexy. I love it. More face, that's it. You feel a piece of raw beef. You feel like a piece of raw beef. I was like, but the session ends and you're well paid. 2 months later, the photos appear in some men's magazines. Only one person notices a resemblance between you and the guy in the ad. Depends who the person is. If it's like a friend of mine, oh yeah, that's my junk you seen, that little like cloth. That's me. If it was like some stranger, I'd be like, I don't know. Actually, no, let's just tell them. Why not? All right. I don't care. I don't care if you don't believe me. Do we have a job? Nope. I'm not employed. My life sucks. How do we get employment? Is there an option for that? I don't know about risks. We dabbled a little bit in risks. I don't know if we'll do any risks today. Let's go over here. Your best friend since grade school has been looking depressed and confused. He is usually a very happy-go-lucky person. So you really can't understand what could be wrong. What's wrong? He tells you there's nothing wrong, but you can see by his face that he's deeply troubled. Come on, man, tell me. After much hesitation, he lowers his eyes and blurts out that he thinks he is a homosexual. He's worried that if he tells any friends, they will desert him, and that he will be laughed at. Bring it here, man. Bring it here. It's okay to be gay. It's 2018. We've established this earlier in the episode. It is nice to see that you're willing to be supportive. Tell me your troubles, man. Tell me how you feel. You may be asking for more work than you're willing to provide for this friend. As a result of your sympathy, he becomes very dependent, telling you his every problem, every thought, and every worry. This is bound to wear down the patience even the most true blue friend. Yeah, probably, but hey, if it makes him feel better, then it's worth it. At this time in your life, I'm sure that you have many of your own problems to deal with. As a result, you become tired of being his therapist and begin to avoid him. Your friendship eventually dwindles away. It happens. It happens. You and a group of friends are getting together to go to a movie. Your best friend and his date are picking you up at your house. And the 3 of you are meeting everyone else, including your own date at the theater. The doorbell rings and you're greeted by a dark-haired beauty with sparkling eyes and a devastating figure. She smiles at you and tells you her name is Cheryl. Your friend is waiting in the car because he isn't feeling well. In the car and at the movies, you and Cheryl make small talk. After all, your best friend isn't feeling up to par. You wouldn't want Cheryl to have a lousy time and resent him. Yeah. Besides, your date seems to be so engrossed in the movie, she doesn't seem to mind either. Midway through the movie, your friend pulls you aside and asks you if you wouldn't mind taking Cheryl home. He knows she is enjoying the movie and he is feeling too ill to stay. Sure, why not? She wants to enjoy the movie. She needs to ride home. We'll do it. Take Cheryl home first. Yeah, that's a smart move. Cheryl says goodbye to your date and asks if you'll let walk her to the door. She kisses you on the cheek. You think you feel her finger poke something into your back pocket. Later that evening, you discover that Cheryl slipped you a piece of paper with her phone number on it. Ring. Okay, first of all, this is complicated because I don't know anything about my girlfriend. Or, see, like, is my date? Are we steady? Like, cause if we're going steady, then yeah, I don't need Cheryl's phone number. But if she's just like a random date, then there's nothing wrong with me keeping Cheryl's number. You feel me? It's complicated. It's complicated. This is like, there's not enough to go off of here. And it sucks because I could call her and it might make me look like a piece of shit if I'm like going steady with that other girl. You know? And I don't want to be a piece of shit. That's mainly what I'm trying to do here. I don't want to be a piece of shit. I don't want to be a piece of shit here. But I'm just going to call her. Alright? Cheryl and I had it going, man. That date didn't seem too interested in me. When you call her, she sounds very aloof. She feels guilty about coming on to you and wishes you would forget about the whole thing. That's life. You almost sold out on your best friend for this girl. Fuck, I forgot about my best friend. You know what? That's fine. It didn't happen. We're good. A little while later, a close friend gets mononucleosis. That is just called mono. Because you're in such a great shape, you avoid getting it. I've never had mono, so that's accurate. It's also getting very dark in here. But I don't want to fix the lighting, so as this episode progresses, I'm going to get darker. Let's do this physical. You're shopping in the drugstore. It is almost closing time. The manager is letting the customers out one by one. That's weird. Keeping the door locked so no one else can come in. Suddenly, the man in front of you at the cash register takes out a gun and announces a hold-up. He smells heavily of alcohol and looks as if the gun could be fake. I'm going to mind my own fucking business. The gun is fake, but there's no way for you to know that. He leaves the store and is apprehended by the police about 10 minutes later. No one is hurt. Good. Very good. A group of friends are getting together for a toga party. Now, I'll stay home and play video games, to be honest. Sounds too wild. I prefer to meet people smarter. This episode is too ridiculous. To be fair, this entire episode has been kind of ridiculous, so I'm going to go with that. They can't all be filled with gems of wisdom. That's fair. You have just passed through the adolescence phase of life. Woo! That's what happens when you get through adolescence. Things are just a lot more brighter. Family life can be very rough during adolescence, even though your family expects you to expects you to take charge of your life. No one wants to let you have the freedom to do what you want. Judging by your progress through life so far, your family life has been quite good. All things considered, family members can be pains, but no one seems to mind it when you overhaul your hair for 3 hours every morning in the bathroom. Physically, you have been a healthy young man. Your body image may have a little bit of concern to you during this phase, but you seem strong physically. Socially, this phase of life does present its share of problems. Most of these problems fall into the category of girls. Yeah, like, do I have a girlfriend? What's her name? I don't know. Life must have been pretty simple before they showed up. Your social adjustment to this phase of life has been remarkable. Although you do not have a steady girlfriend, okay, see, there's always the next phase. Now, regarding your emotional development, your trustworthiness and sense of fair play are commendable. You are an honest young man, but there is always room for improvement. A positive aspect of your adolescence is your ability to resist temptation and not give in to your impulses. Since adolescence is a time for testing limits, this can get some people into some pretty dangerous situations. On the other hand, leading too much of a sheltered life can be boring. You're taking life pretty seriously, aren't you? While you are far from depressed, it sometimes seems that you don't always try to be the happiest person you can be. But even though an occasional explosive outburst is common in most adolescents, you seem to have everything well under control. You seem to be sensitive and gentle. Thank you. You certainly have a good head on your shoulders. You are not only book smart, you also have plenty of common sense. My cat is making weird noises. Now that your adolescence is almost over, it's time to be hurled out there into the abyss of the real world. I'll bet you didn't know that everything you did so far was part of the fake world. Holy shit. That is so meta. Welcome to young adulthood. The desire accomplished is sweet to the soul. Proverbs 13:19. Alright guys, we're going to end it off there. I think this was a pretty solid episode of Alter Ego. A lot happened. We finished adolescence, and next time on episode 6, we'll start our young adult life. Got all that. Actually, does not seem like a lot. That seems like very little. There was so much in adolescence that this is like hardly anything. Damn. Well, hopefully we don't die next episode, because episode 8 won't happen, and that thing's supposed to predict that thing. So, see you guys next time.